This video is made for adult collectors because on a completely unrelated note, yesterday I built the Lego Ghost from Ahsoka and I actually really like this set. It's awesome. Windows, go away. I'm not getting Avowed the premium edition. Why do I get notifications for this stuff? I gotta turn that off. You know that Skittles ad where it's like, contract the rainbow, taste the rainbow. That's what... He ate a whole bag of Skittles. To very, very eagle-eyed enjoyers of Transformers and very, very eagle-eyed enjoyers of weird and wacky exclusives, you will have heard of Bump of Chicken Optimus, but I know most people are like, what the hell is this? They had an exclusive before, which was this Bumblebee and little Titan Master Emissary dude or whatever, but this glyph decoed bee is kind of normal. So how about Rainbow Optimus Prime? This thing is so hard to find because it was a piece of concert merch, because Bump of Chicken is a Japanese band, the ones who did the music for that amazing Studio Trigger short. This is Bump of Chicken Optimus Prime, a redeco of the Earthrise Prime figure without the trailer. And this video is brought to you by Bai. Yeah, it's nice to see them again, eh? Oh my god, that was so Canadian. Bai is a Japanese proxy buying site that ships things outside of Japan that wouldn't normally ship outside of, well, Japan. And I wanted this when it was announced, but wasn't able to get it, and no way in hell am I paying the eBay prices. But I found this thing on Bai for still a little too much. $250, but that is the cheapest I've ever seen this thing. And there are so many other good deals on this site. Just make sure you budget for shipping because Japan's kind of far, unless you live closer than I do. You can check them out, links in the description down below. And if you sign up for the first time, you should get a 10% off coupon. But thank you very much, Bai, for sending this my way. Now back to the actual toy. It's the Earthrise mold, so there's nothing new in terms of parts. No Adobe Acrobat. I'm not making you my default PDF app. Stop sending me notifications. But this deco, I don't really know where it comes from. I'd assume the band members came up with the colors, but that's just me guessing. The colors, though, are vibrant as hell. The bright green lower legs, the dark-ass blue mixed with that red and orange, and then the blue on the arm, leading to that blindingly yellow head. I dig how the arms are different from one another, but I do wish the legs did the same thing. Like if one was green and one was, I don't know, purple or something. They're both just green. One thing to note about the arms is that they are entirely painted because there's no light blue or orange sprue on this figure. They have to be painted this color. Same with the head, actually. And the arms in transformation do chip if you're not careful. I got this used and it was like this, so it's something to watch out for. The gun is painted silver. I like that, but the matrix isn't. It's just clear blue, but I guess that adds to the goofy nature of this entire deco. The yellow head is an interesting choice, but I dig the sharp black eyeliner they put around the eyes. The box also comes with a story explaining how he got these colors, which is kind of neat. And not gonna lie, I was just expecting him to throw in Earthrise Prime's instructions. But nah, he comes with actual Bump of Chicken branded instructions with like that are red and stuff. It's really cool. He still has the wheel butt, but given the goofy nature of this whole thing, I think it just fits here more. So it's literally just the Earthrise mold, but if you haven't seen that, then, well, here you go. However, one of the things I was worried about when it came to posing this thing was paint chipping, because I knew a lot of this was going to be paint. But you don't have to worry about that with posing. It's just when it comes to his transformation. So the head is on a ball joint. You get some really nice range there, left and right, up and down. You can rotate. Shoulders can do a full 360. They can go out that far. You have that transformation joint that allows them to go back, butterfly. You have a bicep rotation, 90-degree elbow bend. The wrists can rotate. You've got opening and closing hands. You've got a waist joint, but this does get in the way. And this is the only thing I'm slightly worried about because, let me just open this up here. That is entirely painted silver, and this bumps into here. So I am worried about, you know, that chipping over time if I do mess with this more. I don't plan on messing with this too much after this video. The hips can go forward, they can go back, they can go in and out. You have thigh rotation. You have over 90 degrees of bend at the knee, which feels very soft detented. I don't remember this on my original copy of this toy. I had the shattered glass one back in the day. I don't remember that. And then you have ankle tilts that don't go all the way, but like that's fine. But yeah, he's posable. He's like Earthrise level posable. It's fine. It does exactly what it needs to do, and I'm okay with that. But that little waist thing does bug me. You can take this off if you want. Just get this. You can take this just right off, and that does clean it up quite a bit, and then you get complete access to the waist joint. But only if you're okay with parts forming this figure, because I'm not going to. This thing's really rare. I'm not gonna do that ever again. So yeah, it's just the Earthrise mold with weird ass colors. But I like it simply with how goofy it is. And believe it or not, the alt mode is just as weird, but in a slightly different way. I'll show you. All right, let's make him a truck now. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so to start with, we are going to fold the hands in. So open this up, fold the hands in, close that up. Do that on both sides. I'm always very careful when pulling these open because you have to use your nail to get in there, and I don't want to scratch the arm paint. We're gonna fold the arms up like that and just get them out of the way. Then I'm going to peg the legs together and fold the feet in. Now, one thing to note on my copy for some reason is these feet don't stay lined up. You notice that they're like pushing themselves down a little bit that way. They don't want to stay flat. I don't know what the problem is. I assume that there's a little bit too much excess plastic, but I'm not going to modify anything on this, so it's just going to have to stay like that. Pin. Then we're going to open this section up and bring it down. We're going to rotate the waist. We're going to then open this windshield bit up and just unfold everything. Clip that in, fold these out. These are the thinnest pieces of plastic known to man, and they are clear, so I'm very careful with these. I remember these had breakage issues on the original copy when this thing came out, so I'm always just cautious. Open this up, fold the head in. Now, the head. I think it's because it's entirely painted. You can kind of already see it starting there at the top of this antenna, but that is red. I believe the head underneath here is red. I could be wrong, but getting it into this cavity because of how thick this yellow coat of paint is, it does rub up against here and it does scrape a little bit. You can kind of see it happening there. It does scrape, which is unfortunate because after this video, I'm putting him in robot mode and never transforming it again because I do not want the head to paint chip because the head is starting to do that. There's one very, very, very tiny little paint chip right there. So yeah, that's a little worrisome. But then you fold this section up, and then we're gonna fold this entire assembly up, get this tabbed into place, tab it into place, tab into place. There we go. That didn't want to work. Then we're gonna bring the arms around and peg them in. And this again, they're rubbing up against things, making that noise. And it's right here, which rubs up against this, and it's all painted. So it's something to be careful of. Again, this is not a toy you really buy to play with, but like, still be careful. Then you fold this section up, clip that in, tab this into place, and then tab that into place. And then these are also painted, and you need to use your fingernails to like pull these out. So try not to like scratch this, because then you'll scratch the silver off. And then there's that. You can take the gun, you can fold it up, plug it into the back here, and there you have Bump of Chicken Optimus in his truck mode. I missed a step, and I always miss this step. You gotta fold these up right here on both sides and then shove them underneath. That'll peg everything into place and keep it sitting flat and flush and straight. Now he's finished. Yay. The slightly different way. Why is the grill red here but not blue like it is in the robot mode? It makes the whole thing feel even more off, and it's the only thing I'm not a fan of. It's still just the Earthrise truck, so everything fits together solidly. Plastic feels slightly less nice than a lot of the toys we get now, which I never really noticed because I don't have this mold anymore. I haven't for a good few years. Gun can store on the back, and it can hold like the Earthrise trailers, which is nice. It's just a weird ass prime. I recommend it if you like really goofy toys. This is going on my rare shelf, but for what price? Again, cheapest place I've seen it on is Bai, and like for no less than $250, which is still way too much. But if you have the money to spend and you like wacky rare things, then yeah, I would go for it. I would definitely go search Bai for that. Plus, again, there are plenty of other deals to be had on there. But that's been my look at Bump of Chicken Optimus Prime. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.